Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Please do make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, to Reality Buzz TV as well, and also Makhelwane TV. Okay, don't miss out on the gossip and the news just because you were too lazy to press the subscribe button. So listen, you guys, on the Sunday world this past Sunday, I just didn't have time to do this story, but Drip, the sneaker company or the sneaker shop, uh, they were reporting that they have been kicked out of East Rand shopping mall. Okay, when I saw this article, I was like, I feel like I've done this story on my channel. Okay, until I was reading the details of the story, what's going on with this story, then I realized no, but this is not. I think the other one, it was the fact that they were not following some rules when it came to their contracts with the mall, and this one was different. So I realized no, it was a different mall, you guys. So I'm just wondering what's happening with Drip. They've had so much controversy as far as their business is concerned. And listen, you guys, it's so great to see black-owned businesses being successful, but so many times it looks like it doesn't last. Okay, we think it's doing well, and then something happens. Okay, some people might say, listen, this is normal when you're a business owner. Some things are successful, some things are not successful. But I mean, I even just Googled Drip and I went into the news tab just to see, what has been published about them. Am I exaggerating to think, oh, there are so many things that are negative that are happening with this company? And I realized that no, there has been a lot of reports about them not doing so well. Okay, there's one article where they're saying Drip boss's Kids Republic franchise shut down. This was like in June 2023. I think I had done the story too. And yeah, there's quite a few stories that have been published previously. Okay, here's another one where they were kicked out of another mall. Okay, so yes, you guys, so let's find out to go to what's happening with this article over here. It says Drip kicked out of East Rand shopping mall. Shoemaker failed to pay rent and utilities. Okay, by the way, you guys, I always look at businesses that have their shops at the malls as, okay, this business must be doing really, really well, okay, if it's at the mall. Because when you read about how much rent is for businesses at these big malls, yeah, you have to be doing well as a business to be at the mall. Okay, I was like, yeah, even Pep is doing very well because Pep is now at all of these big malls. Johannesburg High Court has issued an eviction order to eject popular South African sneaker brand Drip from Springs Mall in the East Rand, Gauteng, for failing to pay rent. Okay, the injunction was issued to mall owners Blue Crane Eco Mall, Vukile Property Fund, Marinda Investment, and FNG Investment 2 on June the 11th after Drip and its owners, businessman Likau Sehuana, who are the first respondent and the second respondent respectively, plunged into 354,000 arrears after failing to pay rent. Okay, the court order, which we have seen, listen, you guys, hey, how many times have I read that that line? The Sunday world has seen a lot. Okay, the court order, which we have seen, reads: having read the documents filed of a record and having had counsel and having considered the matter, default judgment is granted against the defendants jointly and several, the one paying the other, to be absolved for payment of sum of 354,000 rands. Ejectment forthwith of the first defendant and anyone claiming occupation through the first defendant from the commercial leased premises described as Shop SH 10 LO 72, measuring approximately 59 square meters, Springs Mall. And then they give the address, you guys. Okay, the landlords applied for the order against the Drip and Likau last year, to kick them out of the building for failing to pay the quantum in rent and services. In the application, the owners said that they entered into an agreement with Drip and Likau on February the 2nd, 2021, to lease the commercial space to operate the shop in the bustling mall. In terms of the lease agreement, they said Drip was supposed to pay a monthly rental fee of just under 20,000 rands. The fee, which excludes the value-added tax, was supposed to increase by 8% per annum, or 8% of Drip's annual net turnover. Drip was expected to pay just under 1,000 rands a month for marketing charges, 4,100 rand for parking, and pro rata share of municipal rates of over 1,200 rands. Okay. Listen, you guys, I always just feel like when it comes to the rates, whoever owns the property must pay the rates, okay? The tenants are not responsible for the rates. But anyway, you guys, I mean, that's different, okay? I'm not a big businessman, so big businessmen understand that. This, they said, excluded more than 87,000 inclusive of the electricity and water consumption charges, refuse removal charges, and 3,000 rands in administrative cost. Drip was expected to furnish the owners with the audited statement of the net annual turnover within the 3 months of the close of its financial year. I guess, you guys, because they were supposed to pay 8% of their net turnover, then the mall owners will have to know what their turnover was to determine the 8%. So obviously, the most reliable document they can use is the audited financial statements. Okay, this was required to be certified as correct by the auditor, reflecting its net annual turnover. That's why I say, you guys, if you have your business at the mall, you must be very successful, because then it means that you don't have a choice but to have your business audited, so that you can be able to determine how much your income is. That's why you don't see just anybody at the mall. Okay, but there by Pavilion, I saw this other shop here, my China, and it's like a furniture at the same time. I'm like, kwenzekalani la? Nifike kanjani lana nina? That kind of a situation. But I was like, hey, they must be making a lot though, because they are here. This, they said, was for the purpose of determining the quantum Drip, who was supposed to pay from what they were supposed to pay from their annual turnover. Okay. So if Drip failed to pay the amount, they said it will be in breach of the lease agreement, and the owners reserved the right to terminate and relet the shopping space. The first defendant breached the terms of the lease agreement by failing to make payment as agreed of the monthly rental and turnover of the first defendant's account, which amount is presently due, owing, and payable. The plaintiffs hereby cancel the lease agreement, as the plaintiffs are entitled to do effective herewith, reads the paper. They said that the result of the early cancellation of the lease agreement, they had suffered fair and reasonable damage of 88,000 rands. The amount included December 23rd and February, December 2023 and February 2024. There is the total rent of 79,000 and 4,000 rands marketing, and 5,000 rands for rates. Payment of the amount of 399,000 ejectment forthwith of the first defendant and anyone claiming occupation through the first defendant and from the commercial lease premises described as a shop, whatever, at Springs Mall. Okay, listen, you guys, I think it's obviously said when you see businesses not do well, especially black-owned businesses. But sometimes you wonder, is it a true story, or But it also becomes one of those things where you feel like, listen, where there is fire, where there is smoke, there's fire. Sometimes there's the whole fire, like you can just say that something is not right here. Okay, but guys, running a business is not an easy thing. Okay, especially if you have a business that is reasonably new. But Drip is not that new, but I'm just saying, you guys. Listen, it is disappointing, but I hope that it's something, it's not as bad as we are reading, but there are just too many articles that are written about Drip not doing so well, and they've been kicked out of too many malls, to be honest with you. If you've been kicked out of two malls, for me, that is a lot. But anyway, you guys, we hope that they do have a plan on what they're going to do moving forward with this business, and we wish them well. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Tell me what you think about it in the comment section. Like the video before Pumegona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Nginethanda kakhulu.